It's another Thursday. Make a smile and coffee facing. Hold a cup of whiskey drinking. On this magic Thursday. Say howdy, hi, hello to Rory and Alma's toast. Get ready for the show, and don't forget to follow. 'Cause they're always on the go. Fun galore and more info. We got sing-along and jokes to brighten up your thoughts and update you some cruising and everything in between. So let us come together. Join us now and don't be late. Today's Thursday.
It is Thursday once again. And of course, we are back from Alaska, guys. And we're lagging on our end. I don't know if what you see on your end. We were doing just fine, and like 2 minutes into the show, and bam, it starts lagging. I don't know
crazy.
It's crazy. But we're going on. Let's see. Guys, we went to Alaska. We are back. And we're going to talk all about it tonight. Woo! So let's go ahead and see who's in the chat. You know, let's see. Now, our friend Timmy Raider King, he showed up early today. 2:30. Timmy Raider King was here, and then Miss Mary Ellen Dillon.
She said she's going to be on a plane.
Yep. So,
and we had the awesome experience of traveling with Mary Ellen Dillon and meeting her, and had a great time. She's an awesome person.
Great time, no doubt. And then we got Tom Beetle Bailey. He's also logged in with his TWF, Traveling with Friends, as well. Glad to see you here. And of course,
hope Rhonda feels better.
Absolutely. Hope Miss Rhonda feels
whatever
better.
It is she's got.
Exactly. Hope she gets to feeling better. Meg W., what's going on? Cheryl Rosinski.
Hey, girl.
She was just patiently waiting.
Waiting.
Glad to see you here. And then there's Miss Janice, JP Travel Adventure. She's in the house. Jaden Travels is here saying welcome home. Hey, we're glad to be home. And like Nick P says, it was very uneventful this time. Absolutely. Welcome in Travel with Nick P. He just hit 150 subs today, guys. So if you're not familiar with Nick P, check him out and become friends. There's Bill Jensen. What's going on? Ryan Donahue. Welcome in, Ryan. And Puppy the Cat's here as well.
Hey, girl.
And we got Billy J. Travels in the house. Welcome in. So, yeah, we went to Alaska. And got on the big boat.
Well, first of all, let's just say that Alaska's been on Ronnie's bucket list. Not on mine.
Absolutely. Well, I didn't think we'd ever go because
it's expensive. It's
very expensive to go to Alaska. I mean, you got different cruise ships, and some are more expensive. You know, you got interior room and balconies and all that, which was great.
We did love the balcony. I have to say, it surprised me how much I loved having a balcony.
We're normally inside cabin people because I'm thrifty for one. But I mean, you know, if I pay $100 for an inside cabin, it costs me $500 for a balcony, and I'm not really in the room that much. To me, I'd rather spend that other $400 on something else.
And not so thrifty, but
not as thrifty. But
I did not want to spend the extra cost to go to Alaska to go somewhere I'm going to be cold, because I am not a cold weather girl.
Cold, that's right. Cruise World's in the house. Woo! But like Meg W says, if you're going to Alaska, definitely get the balcony. Definitely get that balcony.
The balcony for Alaska.
Because, I mean, you know, even whether you're a warm, you know, nature person, cold nature person, whatever, you can be inside, outside, and see all the beautiful stuff that's going on.
When we went through Tracy Arm Fjord.
Yeah.
A lot of times I would close the door because I was cold and just look through the door. But I had that luxury because I had a balcony. Had I not had a balcony, I couldn't have done that.
Absolutely. So I think we just start from the beginning. Of course, if anybody has any questions, be sure to ask. But, you know, We'll start at the beginning. Day one, which was our travel day. We left on August 16th. We flew into Seattle. Direct flight. I mean, out of Charlotte. No issues, really. I mean, straight there. It was a long flight. Try to get some sleep in, try to get a nap in or whatever, but no issues. Not a bit. We get to the airport. We get an Uber from the airport to our hotel, which was right downtown.
No issues there.
About $50 it cost us. Easy to do. After we get settled in at the hotel, we said we're going to check out some sights.
Exploring.
So we went exploring. What did we go see, babe?
The Space Needle.
We went and seen Space
You go
Needle.
to Seattle, not see the Space Needle.
You got to check out the Space Needle, and that was pretty cool.
We went up,
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed that wonderful view. Glad I did it. Wouldn't do it again, but I'm glad I did it.
I think it's a one-time
thing.
I don't think you're not going to see anything different by doing it multiple times. It's now there is other stuff in that area that we did not do.
And that area, that particular area, was awesome. A lot of things to see, a lot of things to do. Of course, we were on foot, so we were limited on what we could.
Chalui glass garden or whatever it was.
I kind of wish we'd done that.
It looked pretty neat. We did not do that. We chose not to do that. Welcome in, Spikers. Welcome
Hey, guys.
in. So that would be something maybe we would do. There was that modern pop art museum. And of course, there's other stuff in that little area as well that I thought was pretty neat. But we went up to Space Needle. On the way, I mean, we're from small town USA. On the way, we seeing homeless people sleeping in sleeping bags on the sidewalk. Cheryl says she loved the Chalui Gardens or whatever it is right there.
I didn't seem to notice that as much to the Space Needle.
We had to step over that one person was sleeping in a sleeping bag.
And I was hungry, so we did stop at McDonald's.
That was after the
Again,
Space
we
Needle.
were on foot, so we were limited for our options. There would have been totally better eating options than McDonald's. But it was not far from supper time, but far enough from breakfast that we needed a little something.
Well,
so we just got a little snack.
We we're going from East Coast to West Coast.
So time change.
We checked a 3-hour difference there. So, we were going to meet our friends that were flying in later.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew we was going to go out to eat dinner. So we had to get us a snacky snack. Snacky snack, drinky drinks, all that good stuff. So we leave Space Needle, go to McDonald's. We split a little cheeseburger meal, and then where did we go from there?
Went to Pike Marketplace. Pike Place Market.
Now that's a pretty cool place.
It was.
The adventure there was also pretty cool.
Well, there was tents pitched in the middle of the sidewalk, and there was what I'm certain a mentally ill person arguing with what I'm certain was himself in the tent.
He thought a machine gun was going off
because the trolley was making a clicking noise, and he thought they were shooting at him.
No, but again, we're small town USA.
We are small town. One stoplight.
So that's definitely a sight. So we go, of course. Now I posted pictures on our Facebook page. If you're not if you're not a member of our Facebook page, please go check out the Facebook page. Life is Good Today. We'd love to have you as a part of our group. Of course, if you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. Hit those thumbs up, guys. Leave us a comment, all that good stuff. But
Cheryl says she missed that somehow. Mark, yes, we did see them throwing the fish on a couple of times.
Yes, I got a little bit of video of that at the Pike Place Market. I did get a little bit of that on.
And they had the hugest lobsters I have ever seen in my whole life. Lobsters this big.
I don't think it was that big.
They were.
They were this big as my hand. I mean, they big old lobsters, them shrimp. I mean, them shrimp were huge. You talk about jumbo shrimp. I mean, that's something else. But yeah, I mean, over at our Facebook page, I tried to post a lot of pictures and stuff. Welcome in, CA Cruiser and Dan. Welcome.
Hey.
Billy, the first Starbucks location, I think it originally was at the Pikes Place Market in that area somewhere. Now we didn't do any kind of tours. I don't know, and we didn't search, all of it.
And we were again on foot and limited on time, so we literally walked from our hotel room to the Space Needle and then the Pike Place Market, which was a good little distance.
It was. I had a great time doing it as well, and seeing some of the sights of the city,
and there's a lot of beautiful things to
architecture, see. And we're down at the waterfront, and you can see boats out there. You can see the other cruise ship out there. And
now on our trip back from Pike Place Market to the hotel,
that was an experience as well.
That was an experience. Maybe we took a back road. I don't know.
There wasn't no back road because that's where that was actually where our doggone hotel was. Now our hotel, we stayed at the Belltown Inn.
It was clean.
It was clean.
Yeah,
It wasn't nothing fancy.
I'd stay there again.
I'd stay there again in a minute. They didn't have any food options, but they had a nice rooftop terrace that, at night, now it was chilly for us, but, it was pretty cool.
Now, on the way back from Pike Place Market to the hotel, what did we see?
Well, she talking about, homeless people, mental illness and all that, we down there and there's a dude, he's ninja chopping street signs and all that, and then
he was fairly young. He was probably early 20s.
So I think he might have been a little crazy, but and then we going up. You see people just sitting here doing whatever, and she goes, "I smell weed. I smell weed,"
which I didn't care.
Wasn't no big deal.
But then we see somebody lighting a crack pipe.
I'm like, oh my!
And then someone on a bicycle that I'm most certain was high almost fell on top of us. And then it started getting dark, and then we started walking fast.
Itchy. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. But yeah, I mean, and then we get almost to the hotel, and there's another guy smoking a crack pipe. I'm like, Traveling Gilbert's, welcome in.
Hey guys, we're talking about crackheads.
Talking about crackheads, Seattle. Now, I'll tell you what, I know there's a lot more in Seattle. We
saw a lot of good things in Seattle.
But we saw a lot of the architecture, being able to walk. We had a great meal that night with Neil and Kim from Two Traveling Tours.
I guess we saw Dewey next.
Oh, we didn't get to see Mary Ellen Dillon that night.
We saw Dewey next.
Yep, he showed up to the hotel.
Neil and Kimberly arrived from Two Traveling Tour.
Yep, and we went to eat dinner at a local pizza place.
Great pizza.
Belltown Inn. We said,
huge
hey,
pizzas.
Where's a good place to eat some dinner? And they said the best pizza place is just right around the block here. And it was pretty doggone good.
It was Rocco's?
Something. Rocco's Pizza or something?
I think it was Rocco's.
But it was awesome.
It was really good.
Awesome.
They had a huge selection of beer.
All kinds of beer.
Lots of different beer. Of course, we didn't drink beer. But.
And, homemade pizza. I mean, they fix anything you want. But, great. So, I mean, I definitely recommend that. And, of course, they have a thing, $10 per person, a shuttle to the port from there.
Mm-hmm.
So next day, we'll go to the next day. We go to the port. We go.
Had a shuttle.
Yeah, we had a shuttle. Now
arranged through the hotel.
Yeah, we slept in a little bit because our time difference. We
was tired.
We was a little tired, but I know Neil and Kim and Dewey, they went and ate at some
French pastry
thing. We did try. I did look at the little restaurant that was next door. It was called what?
Biscuit Bitch.
Biscuit Bitch. That was crazy.
A sign on the door said, "When you open, bitch."
Yeah.
And then it had a sign at the door that said, "We close, bitch." Apparently they closed on that day, but I would have totally went there.
On Tuesdays, they said just for the sign, just to just to try it out. It would have been pretty freaking cool.
And it was literally a joint to the hotel.
It was right there at the hotel because it's just one big block or whatever. But that was pretty cool. But so we get our shuttle, and go on to the port. And we had an appointment at 11:30.
11 to 11:30.
Mary Ellen Dillon, hers was at 10:30. 10 to 10:30, I think. I'm not sure.
And she said she had no problem getting on the ship.
But when we got to the ship,
the line was long.
I mean, they drop us off and we get, we give our luggage to the porter or whatever, and we get in line in an hour and a half to 2 hours from the time we got in line to the time we got on the boat. And then, we go to one spot. Do you got this? Do you got that? Yeah, we got this.
It's not that they check the same documentation more than one
2,
time.
3, 4 times. It seemed like, get inside and look like a little mad or something. I don't know. Just Dave.
Now, this was not the.
This was the port people.
This was the
here.
port people.
I don't think they were Carnival related, but just like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I don't know if maybe it's just the people right there. They just didn't get enough sleep. I don't know. But they was a little rude at some points. But we got through it.
You see Josh always on the move?
Yeah, Josh always on the move. Welcome in.
Just Dave.
Yeah, Just Dave's here. So we get on the big boat. What do we do on the big boat?
We were very happy to be on that big boat.
Now, normally when we get on the big boat, what's the first thing we do?
The very first thing we normally do is get us a Miami Vice.
Did we?
No, we did not.
What did we do?
We went and found food.
Mm-hmm. Because we hadn't eaten. We didn't go to breakfast. But welcome in, Rob, cruising up. High seas.
We found food, and we found our people. We found Mary Ellen Dillon, who had got on the boat first. So actually, it was Mary Ellen Dillon and then Dewey. So we found Dewey first. Then we got food.
Ahead of us.
We were eating, and then Mary Ellen Dillon met us, and then Neil and Kimberly got on the boat.
Yeah. So
we all met up,
eat lunch together, and then we went to our.
The room was available.
What 1:30? We went at 1:30. We go there.
I think we got there. I think my luggage was there, not
yours.
So
there.
we unpacked my luggage and got that put up, and because we like to unpack immediately.
Oh yeah, I don't like living out of suitcases. That's the only downfall to the one night we stayed in the doggone hotel because we had to live out of the suitcase. You're trying not to mess up your suitcase. You're trying to find what you need, toothbrush and all that, trying to find everything you need for that one night, trying to keep your stuff organized.
Hey, Rob.
So we get there, we get you unpacked, and it wasn't long after that. I think we went and got us a drink or something.
A Miami Vice. We actually only drank one Miami Vice on this cruise, which is not typical. But it was a cold cruise, so who wants a cold drink?
Yeah, normally we would 2 or 3
a day
rum drinks, the frozen drinks.
A day. Yes.
Yeah, because we normally go to the Caribbean, so
it's warm.
It's warm. We like the frozen drinks, but of course, we didn't do that this go around. We did drink our one Miami Vice. That was a have to. That's like if you get on the boat. What the first meal I had was
Guy's Burger.
A Guy's Burger, guys. I mean,
and it was really good.
Actually, it was pretty doggone good. That sometimes they'll tell you not to eat it the first day because they make so many up ahead of time. But
however, I did have one a couple of days later that was absolutely not good, not typical of Guy's Burgers.
It was overcooked, it was
just almost burnt. I've never had a burger like that on the ship before, so it surprised me.
Let's see. Janice and I would be an inside
or ocean view person.
I tell you what, I mean,
I'm just a cruise person. I don't care. Put me on the inside cat. I do like the balcony. But
we did like the balcony because of the amazing views. I mean, we did get a great deal.
I think if you go to Alaska, you definitely need a balcony.
I think so because
there's so much to see.
All that kind of thing. But I think you miss too much if you go to Alaska and not having a balcony. But I'm a thrifty guy, so I understand. Meg W. said, did y'all like the Miracle?
I did.
Yes and no. Now, I'm going to tell you, the Miracle, I like smaller ships. It's a smaller ship. But there were several things that just
didn't flow as we're used to.
Yeah, it was just a little, I guess maybe different. Maybe the part of the pandemic and trying to get back to doing things. And but
No, I thought she was talking about the ship itself.
Yeah, the ship.
The ship itself.
I'm just saying.
I thought the ship itself was fine.
It's okay,
but there again, I don't cruise for ships. Some people do cruise, like this is a new ship we're gonna be on it, or this ship.
Well, we don't do the ship thing. Yeah, but I'm saying, I go to the bathroom, and they got 3 urinals in this bathroom, and 2 of them's covered up saying not working. And that was multiple bathrooms throughout the whole ship.
They wanted you to socially distance.
Maybe I would think maybe that's it. But I'm like, you got 4 or 5. You can go with like 2 toilets and. I don't know. It was just a little strange having that many bathrooms. That was not the case
in the female bathrooms, and I thought they were great for cleanliness.
It was clean.
It was unusual for me to go into a bathroom that you could tell the toilet paper hadn't been folded, and like they had just serviced the bathroom. So, of course, this was reduced capacity. So.
Oh yeah, we were in line, and
everything was very clean.
The guy at the port said they was running at about 50%. They said, so I'm not exactly sure, but we was definitely reduced capacity. Mm-hmm. Ain't no doubt about that. Billy J. Travel saying the miracle needed some miracles. Nah, I mean, I'm just saying the men's bathrooms. I don't know if it was social distance or if it was maybe something wrong with the plumbing. I don't know, but so that was just one issue. But they were clean.
And our water did actually turn off at one point.
We did have
the day before we got off the ship. And it was off a couple of hours tops, and I had it fixed.
And that was just probably in our little section or something. Who knows? But overall, the ship was pretty good. It was, of course, it was an older ship.
Different decor.
Definitely a different decor.
But I think every ship has a different decor.
Right, but it was neat. Again, check out our pictures, and we'll be putting out videos soon. So definitely, if you don't have that notification bell, click on that notification bell, because we're gonna have some videos coming out and some pretty cool stuff. I think. Hopefully, I got some good video.
Cindy, the weather. I don't think we could have asked for better weather going to Alaska. Now you can't compare it to the Caribbean, but
was it too cold? I'm gonna say it wasn't too cold, but it was pretty doggone chilly.
I would say most of our port days were like fall.
It was
not winter, fall.
Yeah, it was like fall in the Carolinas. I mean, it was chilly. I wore pants.
We wore pants and a hoodie,
and of course a t-shirt and a hoodie. There was even one day that I put on an extra jacket. But go ahead, babe.
Our next day.
Yeah, because the first night you go out to sea after you leave the port. Second day was a full day.
Full sea day.
It was a full sea day.
We went to a show that night, and it was good.
Yeah. Now, we were still kind of hung over with the time difference. But, we actually met some pretty cool people that night. We met some cool people, but we watched that one show. And
we were out on a balcony, and I looked down, and I see 2 people down here, and their names were Chris and Rhonda.
No, well, what was her name?
Connie, Chris and Connie.
Chris and Connie down below. And their friends.
We started talking.
Her friends was.
Well, then when we go to the bar, we start talking. This other guy comes up and starts talking to us, and his name was Sean, and his wife was Rhonda.
Yeah.
And then they said Chris and Connie. I said Chris and Connie's our downstairs neighbors, and then we hung out with them. They bought us pizza.
We
hung out.
Night.
We actually hung out really later than we should have.
Rocky,
we had a good time.
Yeah,
Our other friends, I think that particular night had went to. I can't remember which night was which, but one night they went to the show and we didn't. They went to comedy and we didn't.
I don't know. We went to comedy one time and it was good. It was fun. The show that we saw was fun. Well, what part of the show we saw? But
sometimes when you have too many drinky drinks and you get into a dark theater, they turn all the lights off and there's no talking because you can't hear. It's a little sleepy time.
So yeah,
but we cutting up, talking, and music playing, and
So of course that was day number 2, all day sea day. Had a great time again, like I say, and then the third day. What we do on the third day, buddy?
Trace Hill Fjord. We saw the glacier.
That was freaking awesome.
That was the cold day.
Now, see, we went out on the balcony, and it was Dewey's room, our room, and then Neil and Kim's
room. We opened the.
We had the stores open up to
So we had one big balcony.
Yeah. And so we all sitting out there in chairs, and they they drinking cocoa and whatever, you know.
We went and got some burritos from the.
Oh yeah, we went to the Blue Iguana for lunch and got some burritos.
I had my snuggly pants and my hoodie, and then I think I went and put another jacket on. Then I had a blanket around.
Neil brought us some blankets.
That was winter weather.
Yeah, that was like because that wind coming from the moving ship. And we weren't moving that fast, but it was still pretty freaking cold.
Just Dave, no. Dave, the water was not. The first sea day was the roughest day of all 7 days. The very first sea day, and it was rocky.
Oh, we did that one day. It was
first sea day.
Yeah, that first day.
Or the next day, it was rocky.
I mean, and they was moving on too. I mean,
and it was the full night, so it was the first true sea day.
If you ain't seen the pictures from that, she was smoking hot in that red dress, guys.
I wasn't wearing. Yeah, I was wearing red.
Red was first day.
No, yeah, red was first day.
That's right.
But it's rocky.
It was
but worse than the Caribbean, though. It was just every cruise is a little different than the other.
Yeah, you just never know. I see cruising high seas. He's looking for a 250 hit his first milestone. Awesome, man. Cool.
I'll tell you what I did love about Alaska that surprised me was how gorgeous the water was, especially at the glacier.
I didn't expect that water to be
that silt in the water, which is where the stone grinds off and it falls into the water. It's like almost like baby powder in the water, and it gives it a milky jade. That's a good color.
Milky jade color.
Surprised me how pretty the water was.
We was going down through there in that naturals. They were saying, hey, if you look over here, some bears drinking from a stream, and here's some bald eagles. Now, I couldn't see it. Maybe I just had my binoculars was not strong enough and I couldn't see it, or they was telling me a story. I don't know. So I didn't see that, but we went down there to the glacier as far as we could, and you could see it, and it was beautiful. I mean, them glaciers are beautiful. I mean,
thank you, Cindy. I usually don't do red lipstick.
She don't, but she was beautiful. Ain't no doubt about that. So yeah, I mean, So we love the glacier. Cheryl saying, November, no big deal. We talking about the weather. I mean, y'all would have been fine. I mean, you up north, y'all people deal with that kind of weather. I mean, our downstairs neighbors are from Michigan, and they said, this is like a regular. This ain't no big deal. And I'm like, I'm
under the blanket.
I'm freezing to death out here.
I would actually go in and close the door and just look out.
Hey, girl. Welcome in, girl.
Thank you. But the glacier was awesome. That's probably the biggest regret I have on this vacation is that we did not pay. Mary Ellen Dillon did pay to get on the catamaran to go closer to the glacier.
The excursion that took you closer.
In the Facebook group we're in, some of the people got pictures of like sea lions on the glacier and
floating on the
or icebergs,
little ice in the water,
So that's probably my biggest regret is not paying for that. Though I may not have survived it. It was cold that day.
It was cold. Now, of course, after that, our next day, where were we at?
We were in Skagway.
Skagway. That's right.
Which was my absolute favorite.
We love Skagway.
I did love Skagway. The train ride, we walked out, they met us, they took us to the train, we got on the train, we rode up the mountain, they give us history throughout and awesome points to look at, and it was gorgeous, it was beautiful. That was my absolute favorite of the whole trip was the train ride.
Dan said he loves Skagway.
I did.
My only thing I didn't like about Skagway was they had a bridge out or something, and we couldn't go up no further up there.
Yeah, I would love to went further up and went through the tunnels on the train. That would have made it much better.
It would, but it was pretty cool.
It was.
We come back down. We'll go up, we'll come back down, and we did a little city tour, and the guy.
And our tour guide was great.
I can't remember his name, but Scott.
Might have been.
I'm not sure, but great guy. Him and his wife are fixing to have a baby, or not fixing to. It's like February, but they said that they ain't been a baby born in Skagway in like 29 years. and they ain't going.
They have to fly to
they
Juneau.
They're going to Juneau
Yeah.
for. I think they're going to Juneau.
I think it was Juneau. You had to fly to that, so they don't really like pregnant women
Yeah.
flying. So I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe it was
Either
somewhere
way.
else.
Either way, they was going to go away from Skagway, but let's see. Did it take you higher and higher? Next time you make it inside a tunnel, Ronnie. Rafi.
The tour of Skagway was awesome too. I enjoyed that very much. The buildings were very old, and they looked like you were going through a western town with
Yeah,
the
they
street
kept a lot of the
storefronts
architecture of the
and-
buildings, from way back when
I think he said their high
gold mine.
high school had 5
5
graduated
people
that
graduated
year.
last year.
Yeah, it was a very small town.
Said, of course, it made for an awkward prom. 5 people, but
probably related.
but it was cool to learn about some of the history of the town. And
I think the tour guide probably made it that much better. He did a great job.
I do.
He took us to the cemetery.
Took us to the Gold
Gold
Mine
Mine
Cemetery.
Give a great history on different tombstones and the stories behind them. Great stories. And then we were allowed to hike up to a waterfall.
There was a waterfall at the back of the cemetery there. You had to hike up, and it wasn't that far, but it was
It was a good little hike, but
we didn't have much
not
time,
far.
so we had to
we had to
hoof
hike
it a
in a
little
hurry.
bit. So, but it was fun. It was cool. Enjoyed that. Dan saying Skagway Brewery has the best spruce tip beer. Now, we did not, really explore the town except for our little drive-through because
We're limited on time.
we were limited on time. By the time we'd done the train ride and all that. But I did see the brewery there. I also saw the old saloon there. It used to be a brothel, and it looked like it'd be a pretty cool place to check out and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, and Cindy said, can't wait to see the vlogs. Well, we'll be starting off, next week or whatever. We start hopefully getting some.
I appreciate the we, but we know I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, usually it's me doing all that. Now she will say, no, I don't like that or whatever. You need to do something about this or whatever. She'll give me some pointers.
Critique.
She'll critique me a little bit there, But yeah, so hopefully. So definitely hit that notification bell. That way you get notified when we do that. But so Skagway, what do we do? The Tyler Show, welcome in. So
The next one went to Juneau.
Juneau. Now, what did we do in Juneau?
This is the one thing I wanted to do that I was the most excited about was whale watching. So we went on a boat. We got bussed out to a boat, which was a good little distance, and we got to see a glacier again.
We saw another glacier from a distance. We saw a glacier. Now, it took about 30 minutes. It was about a 30-minute little bus ride that we took.
Now, with this, I can't even describe all the beauty we have saw in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't describe it either.
That we saw in.
Heather with Texans Who Travel. Welcome.
In Skagway and Juneau and Ketchikan. So without saying, everywhere was beautiful.
Oh yeah, I don't know one was anymore because we saw such great sights every time. Every place we were at, it was beautiful and a lot of great stuff, no doubt.
In Juneau, I was a little disappointed with the whale watching. No, I did see whales.
We
whales.
also seen sea lion.
We did. I think I expected a little more.
Mm-hmm.
But I was the most excited for this. So
Rafi. Juneau.
Juneau.
Rafi.
I was the most excited about the whale watching, so it surprised me that Skagway is what I like the best.
Yeah, I mean, now see, we go to like I say, we get on the bus and go from the port to the little harbor and get on this little boat to go out and watch the whales. Now, of course, they guarantee you're going to see some whales.
And we did.
And we did get to see some whales. Now,
pretty close.
there was a couple that was pretty close. The only thing, I thought the boat was a little
Overcrowded.
crowded. So,
if the whale was on one side and
everybody. So, I mean, if you're short or whatever, or you didn't get to that side where you may not get to see it that well. Get it? Well.
yeah.
But So, it would have been better if you.
Oh my God.
What's he saying now?
Vito.
Yeah, you would have seen a whale for sure. But no, but we got to see some whales, and it's pretty neat. Now, of course, I guess we were hoping that we might see one that would
Total breach.
jump out of the water and
a full breach,
splash and all that.
I said, I don't care if I get wet and freeze. I just want this thing to. While everybody's looking out there, I want it just like right here at the drown me. I don't care.
So, but it didn't. But it was still nice.
I had high expectations though, so it would have been hard for that excursion to probably meet my expectations.
Karen Griswold, welcome in. Dan said, went to the Sawyer Glacier from Juneau. It was really beautiful. I bet so. I mean,
this was the South Sawyer Glacier.
I think that's the glacier that we saw.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we didn't go to Viso. We didn't go on the same whale watching as the two traveling tour. We were with Dewey and Mary Ellen Dillon.
I think the express whale watching.
Yeah, we done the express whale watching. They done a different one. So
the good thing about this is they had an indoor area.
They did have a
So had I had to be on that boat,
if it was open air, she would have froze to death.
I would have died
on the way out there.
miserable.
I'm telling you, on the way out there to the spot that we was watching the whales, it was chilly. It was freaking chilly. I was bundled up.
No, when you stopped, it was good.
Yeah,
I mean,
you didn't have that wind blowing on you. So,
you didn't need anything other than maybe a hoodie on, and that was fine. Matter of fact, I had my raincoat through over top of my hoodie, just for a windbreaker. Kind of and actually, it was kind of getting a little warm when we were stopped for a while. It's like, it's getting a little warm in here.
It was because the day really was in the mid 50s to the low 60s. I mean, each day was in port or whatever,
So unless there was a breeze, you were good.
Yeah, so it wasn't that bad. Billy J. Travel says we need to go to Hawaii and watch the whales there. And
well, they told us
it might be the same whales we've seen in Alaska because they leave Alaska in the wintertime,
to go to Hawaii to breed, to have their babies, because the babies do not have enough fat to survive in the cold.
They couldn't survive the cold waters up in Alaska. So
those same whales have their babies and leave Hawaii and come back to Alaska.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
So like their summer home.
I do. Hawaii is on my bucket list as well. And
Ronnie's got a big bucket.
But it's also expensive. So I don't know when that might happen. But hey.
Again, this is why we talked about Alaska. We didn't go to Alaska. We got a great deal. I'm more likely to go back to Alaska now than I was to go to Alaska the first time because I didn't think I would like it. I did. I loved it. But there again, it's an expensive trip. It's the most expensive cruise we've taken.
Robbie's saying would love a fire and ice cruise, Hawaii and Alaska on the same cruise. I think it'd be pretty
hard
cool.
to pack for.
Yeah, I got to take 2 suitcases. Dan saying that as much as he loved Alaska, that they decided that warmer weather cruise is the thing for them. And I agree. Pretty much.
And I knew that before I went to Alaska. This was, again, a bucket list thing.
Now, I ain't going to say I wouldn't go back to Alaska, but it would have to be special circumstance. I mean, it was beautiful.
It had to be cheap.
That's the biggest.
Because it's just even the excursions were a lot more than typical excursions on Caribbean type cruises.
Karen saying, we'll watch it off the coast of the U.S. up in here. New England is amazing. Yeah, I mean.
But this has been the most, as for sightseeing and beauty, like I said, the water was gorgeous. We saw the whales, the sea lion, all those things.
Glaciers. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm dang glad we done it for sure. I mean, the opportunity came up and we were able to do it at a discounted price, and thank goodness, because I got to check something off the bucket list. And Cheryl says she's going to Hawaii cruise next June. Hopefully, you see whales. Awesome. I hope you do too, because that's freaking awesome. I actually seen whales off the ship, going in open water, and
He went in the bathroom.
I went to the bathroom and people was up in the windows going, "Hey, look, look!" And you go over there and water spout, and then here comes a whale up. I think that one was an orca. It didn't look like a humpback, so it might have been an orca whale or something. But I'm telling you, it was awesome. I ain't never seen. We're small town America. You don't see that stuff around here. So that's pretty freaking awesome. But after Juneau, where did we go next, baby?
Next was Ketchikan. Ketchikan, and we did not do an excursion in Ketchikan. Let me say we did not do an excursion, so I feel like we would have enjoyed Ketchikan better had we have done like the excursion with Dewey. Because he did the totem, the city.
It was a mixed tour, but he done the loggers, the lumberjack show, and then they went to the totem native village and done that. And he said that was pretty awesome.
That's what I'd like to say.
And I think we should have done that. We did a walk around the little Ketchikan port and shop for
us
souvenirs.
Again, we didn't pay for an excursion.
We didn't.
For us, it was just very touristy.
Yeah, so it was just more of a touristy area for sure. Tyler Show said, "Yeah, that's why I have not done Alaska. Price done selling out of Seattle for, but they never went that. Yeah, it's definitely more expensive, all around." Cheryl's saying, "Do you see blue icebergs?"
The glacier was blue.
We seen glaciers that had the blue, and we also seen some pretty big little. I say pretty big. It wasn't like sinking no Titanic iceberg, but
you could have got some sea lions on it.
They could have been hanging out for sure, no doubt. So that was fun as well. Dan said they went to Hawaii on 20th anniversary. Their first cruise. They're going for their 40th. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
I wonder if there's whales in Wales. Come on, Rafi.
Such a comedian.
I know. I so need to get that far to Ketchikan. Oh my gosh, Rafi! But yeah, I mean, Ketchikan, we done more the just a port.
Which if I hadn't went to Ketchikan, I wouldn't have been able to get my souvenirs.
So we got our souvenirs from Ketchikan. That was,
There's things I'd like to have seen, like in Skagway on the train. When we went by the stream there. I wanted to see a bear with a salmon in his mouth.
Well, we did see some fish in the little stream there, and I think they probably were salmon, but I wouldn't.
I didn't see the bear with a salmon in his mouth. Didn't see any bear. But I bought me a bear magnet with a salmon in his mouth to remember Alaska.
Karen, did you see any orcas? I'm thinking I might have seen one when we was on the ship and we was in open water and all, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, Rafi's got jokes. Travel with Nick P says Hawaii and Alaska are my last two states. I need to hit 50.
All right. Awesome.
That's awesome.
I see you saved the two expensive ones for last.
And Bezo says, I'm here all day. Jokes. But speaking of jokes, they had some, great comedians on the cruise ship there. About halfway, they changed out the comedians, and they had a couple more. And we didn't go see them, but one of them was the guy that Chris Barnett had on his show at the time.
Russ Nagel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Beach, please, what's going on?
Guys.
Well, welcome in. Just got through watching your latest vlog. Betsy and her twerking on the Lido deck on formal night. Well, she wasn't formal dress, but it was after today. Good stuff. Let's see. So we went to Ketchikan. We done a little bit of, tourist stuff. We walked around that doggone place twice looking for that bear magnet that you got.
The magnet was the other bear, but yeah, we found what we needed.
That's right, Cruise World. The twerk was epic. That's right. Ain't no doubt. But so that was our last formal night. Of course, we did that, and then we had a day at sea, and Rafi's asking, did we do the pool?
No. I did not put a bathing suit on this trip.
No, we did not do the pool.
And I managed. This is something I've never done before. I had a lot of swelling on this trip, more than typical. I usually swell during cruises, but I managed to gain 17 pounds in 7 days.
17 pounds?
Now, I've lost 13 of that in 2 days.
In 2 days, you lost
2 days.
13 of that back. Yeah, just tells you how much swelling she had.
It was all the way up to my thighs. I've never swollen this bad,
that
ever.
was crazy.
And I will say, our biggest, well, of course, the staff on the ship were awesome. We
the
had
staff were awesome.
Our favorite bartenders, Jaya and Gabriella and Cheryl.
We hung out in the piano bar.
It's our first time at the piano bar, actually.
Yeah, because, I guess because of
Russell.
Russell and Steve and Brad Alexander. Speaking of Russell is on a cruise ship out of Galveston. Vista.
Mm-hmm. He had his bags packed anyway.
No, he said he's going. I seen Steve Dukes had posted that he's on the cruise ship. Brad's on the cruise ship. But as of August 28th, Russell was supposed to be on the Vista. He was going to be on the Valor, but then things changed up, and now he's going to be on the Vista. So, guys, if you're going cruising, definitely get on one of them. You can meet one of them guys. Definitely say, hey, for sure. But we hung out with a great piano bar crew. I mean, let's see. Not the last night, but the Ketchikan, when we was at Ketchikan, that night they had the 80s party. Now.
And what did you do?
Well, let's just say that when somebody has to perform, 80s is my jam, guys. 80s is my jam. I mean, I rock it out to some air guitar. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, hey, you just got to do what you got to do. I did some AC/DC Angus Young impersonation, and woo! I hit the jackpot. I got this $5 bottle of Walmart champagne. And I got this 24 karat gold plastic ship on a stick. So good times. And of course, I about had a heart attack because, I am out of shape. Now, Miss Alma says she gained 17 pounds. Well, that was all swelling kind of stuff, for her. Me, I gained like 10. That was eating and drinking for me. Ain't no doubt. But yeah, we had a great time. Had a great time for sure, guys. I mean, we had a great group of people that we hung out with. 2 traveling tour, great couple there. Dewey Ski, y'all know Dewey. Dewey's an awesome guy. Mary Ellen Dillon. Awesome. Glad to meet her. Now, we met other people on the ship that we were part of Facebook groups, and great times for sure,
Now, disappointments.
Well, Vizo asks, how many guys' burgers did you have?
2.
2. Ate 2. I had 2 ice cream cones as well.
Mm-hmm. So we really didn't eat.
Not really. The food wasn't a big part of our thing. I mean, we ate more than we would normally eat, but
a lot more.
So, because we normally.
Speaking of food,
all right, you talking about disappointments? I know where you're going.
Yeah. Okay. The first biggest disappointment. Now, there has been a cruise where they were running out of Grey Goose, and the next day they'd have it back, but had run out of Grey Goose at a couple bars a couple of times. But that's usually not a problem. It's usually not a problem. This particular cruise, 99% of the time, they did not have Diet, Sierra Mist, or Sprite.
That's it from Beach, please. Welcome in. Yeah, I mean, we go to drink something. And
we would have to drink
always
non-diet drinks. I don't like to drink my calories, so
that wasn't great.
No bueno there, especially as much as you pay for the drink package. They should have what's listed. I mean,
no.
So that was a disappointment.
Yeah, That was a disappointment. What about the buffet?
The buffet was terrible. I've never been on a cruise that the buffet was limited, but then again, it was reduced capacity. So I expected a limited. You can't put out the same amount of food for less people, but it was less variety, not just less quantity, less variety. I'd say the variety was less than half.
Yeah,
what they normally have.
Not what I think it would have normally.
But let's say the quality, the food didn't taste that great to begin with, but it wasn't hot. I mean, like I remember getting great, and it was positioned funny. We're not typically buffet eaters, though. Let me say, so we're not the best judge for that. But they had gravy that was. They put it at the back with a short spoon, and it was flat. And it was runny. And
sometimes it's hard to reach the food.
But they didn't have any people wanting to serve you either.
No, the people behind there is like, I'm like waiting on. Hey, can you give me some of that? Because I don't want to reach over all the food.
But my biggest issue, I think, with the buffet was the temperature of the food.
Yeah,
it was not hot.
And not big variety. But now, what about the main dining rooms, babe?
I thought it was typical.
Yeah, it was the same
typical,
stuff.
Same menu,
now,
same quality,
another thing that we did do
that we haven't done before.
That we have not done before is what, babe?
The steakhouse.
The steakhouse.
This particular ship was Nick and Nora's, whereas a lot of this Fahrenheit 555, but this was Nick and Nora's. It was great.
I think that was the only upcharge restaurant. Well, fancy restaurant. They did have the seafood shack and the sushi. They did have that on there, but we didn't try those. But the steakhouse.
You didn't want no sushi?
No. The steakhouse was pretty doggone good. Now, I will say that the macaroni and cheese and what else was it? Was it just macaroni and cheese?
Just mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese was not the best.
To me, it was noodles with butter, with cheese put on top of it, put in the oven.
Yeah, it just wasn't the same. I see Janice asking.
And I usually really like their mac and cheese on the ship.
Said, what souvenirs did we get? We got a magnet, and then that was for us, and then because
my mom asked for a white bear.
She wanted a white bear, so.
Now, a white bear is not the easiest to find in Alaska because polar bears are not native to Alaska. They don't have polar bears in Alaska. So white bears, she could ask for a black bear, a brown bear, a sled dog.
They did have some.
A moose. I did find it.
We did find it. But so now I want to get back to the main dining room because on fancy night, fancy night they're going to serve you
I know what's coming.
You know what's coming. Lobster tail or
prime rib.
Prime rib. Well, I got the prime rib and the lobster tail. The prime rib was pretty doggone good. Liked it. I am glad that they changed that from those baked potato thing, what they call the baked potatoes, because they usually wasn't really baked.
Bowl.
More like a bowl potato, but a different type of potato. And I thought that was great. But when I got my doggone lobster tail.
Yeah, mine was good.
Yours was good. Mine was like some kind of paste.
It was. I touched it. It was paste. Something was wrong with that lobster tail.
Bad lobster tails. It was bad. But, so the food was just alcohol. We got Grey Goose. They just didn't have our mixer that was good. We did not go to the Alchemy bar and actually drink anything because we're not big on
different drinks.
Different drinks. We like to stick with the same thing. But I seen something.
Baked Alaska.
Rafi said, did they have bacon? Every other day.
Every other day. There was a sign up that said the bacon is on vacation.
So they definitely, John Hill definitely, it's every ship, I guess, because there was definitely no bacon every other day, but that was okay. I'm not a big bacon guy. Cheryl said baked Alaska. That's the last night. Main dining room. That's baked Alaska. We had
it and it was good. And I'd say the dining room was pretty typical. I wouldn't say there was much different about the dining room.
They had a couple of different dishes, but it was just minor changes as far as what they served.
It's pretty typical.
So it's pretty
the quality, the quantity, everything was about pretty typical in the MDR.
The menus were, you scanned a QR code and you menu on your phone. I don't know if they had any paper menus or anything like that.
I guess you probably could have asked for one. We didn't try. We just took a QR code,
which
is fine. That didn't bother me a bit.
Yeah, that was just.
I get the biggest complaints I had was the buffet was poor. The worst I have ever been on a cruise ship and saw the buffet. And again,
No.
we're not buffet people.
Right. Now, pirate pizza.
Same.
It was same. It
Same.
was good.
We had midnight snacks on this ship.
We had midnight
and they
snacks.
had some really good pasta that I haven't had on other ships. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. So she'd like that. I was looking for a hot dog, and they didn't have no hot dog at the midnight snack. Had little sandwiches, ham and cheese sandwiches, and chips and cookies, which was good. So one day at the deli for lunch, I had a hot dog, and it was okay.
We did do room service one day.
We tried the room service out.
We did the paid room service.
Mhm.
I had a Philly cheesesteak. It was really good. Really good. Can't
What did I
complain.
eat?
What did you
Pizza?
eat? I think you got a pizza.
I think
Yeah.
I got a pizza. Probably did. I don't remember.
It was
'cause it
pizza.
was
I remember. It
12,
was
1
pizza.
o'clock at night, and she wanted snacks, and I'm like, well, you want snacks? We get you snacks. No. Well, I'm done falling asleep by the time they get there. I don't even know how long it took. It probably didn't take long, but I was ready to nod on out, and she said, somebody's at the door. I'm like, man, who ordered this food? But it was cool though, guys. I mean, again, we are warm weather type people, and we went on this Alaskan cruise. Again, it was a bucket list and something I wanted to do, and I am glad that we've done it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't even the little minor things as far as on the ship that we call out and said we didn't particularly like or whatever, but
Nothing major.
Nothing major that
I guess unless you're a buffet eater.
Yeah,
That would have been major if you're a buffet eater.
yeah. If you're a big foodie or something, they didn't have many specialty restaurants on there, so you may have not been your thing. But we had fun. We had a great time. That last sea day was a good sea day. I mean, we slept in late.
We did sleep.
We said we wasn't going to party too hard, but we closed down the piano bar for
most nights.
for the third night in a row.
Actually, I think the last night we left. I
Actually-
left Neil and Kim there,
actually,
and
they-
Dewey and Mary and Dylan, and we went and got food.
That's probably what we did do. We probably did do that because we said we ain't going. Janice said favorite bar on the Miracle was the Atrium Bar. That's always our
favorite
bar. We went
The
down
next
there.
favorite would be the piano bar.
Yep.
Cheryl took good care of us.
Now we was down, of course, down in the Atrium Bar. We listened to the Polaris Trio, which were violin and
awesome.
great group. The
Take
Two, which was a
Asian couple.
and they were
Fantastic. Loved
singing
them.
and awesome. So we definitely, that was cool. We did listen to in the Alchemy Bar a couple times. Solo artist, I can't think of her name, but great times. We didn't really hang out in the Red Frog Pub. They got that on there, and they did a lot of the trivia contest in there, and at the Java Blue Cafe where they did the coffee and all that. It was a whole different experience on this ship.
This was a different
It was
experience.
more of a
than our
laid back,
typical-
so it wasn't our typical cruise, I guess. And so definitely.
Ronnie's usually the joiner for anything that he can win a ship on a stick.
If I can- so-
Cut up, carry on.
It just wasn't the same. I mean,
Not that it was a bad thing.
Jen, the cruise director, was awesome. The Fun Squad was great, and shows that we did see and all that looked to be great. It's just more of a laid back cruise. We had a great time.
A relaxing cruise.
Relaxing cruise. We got back on Tuesday the 24th, and that was a long day as far as the travel. We get pretty much right off the ship. They
Straight off. Debarkation
Carnival
was
said
fantastic.
they sent us tags and said if you want to check your bags, have it carried off for you. We had like low number tags. They said,
Four.
it's like, hey, we know y'all got an early plane, but we just carried our stuff off.
I think the plans to disembark was at 7:30, and they announced you could get off at 7:15. We got our bags off at 7:20.
we
Straight off the ship.
We go. We get out there.
Get a taxi that's waiting on us.
Boom! Straight to the airport.
He was crazy.
He drove like
we
a
almost died.
madman. But now,
he
guys,
got us there quick.
it's 9:59. We got our Beach Please friends. They're going live next, so definitely get over there and check them out too. Check them out. we'll be over there shortly. Hang out for a little bit. Miss Alma's got to work tomorrow, but well, just long day of traveling.
Get to the airport.
Finally get checked in. It was a little confusion trying to figure out where we need to check our bags, kind of thing. But we got that and get there, and we had about a couple of hours before we boarded our plane. We get on the plane, we fly to Salt Lake City, Utah. We had a layover there for about 3 hours. We eat some pizza, and then we flew on into Charlotte. We get home about midnight, you guys.
No, we got to Charlotte about midnight.
Okay, we got to Charlotte. It was after 11 by the time we got our bags and took our car.
About 12 before we got the car.
Yeah.
1 before we got to Shelby. We stopped by Jack in the Box. We tried to go somewhere else, and their grill's broke. And we went to Jack in the Box. We got us some food. Left our freaking debit card there.
Left her.
I had to go back the next day to get that.
So, it was crazy, but all right, guys. Hey, our time is up. We'll see y'all next time. Remember, guys, we're going to be putting out some vlogs on this cruise, and thanks everybody for being here, and we love you guys, and we'll see you over at Beach Please. Woo!
Bye, guys.
Love you, love you, love you. Love you, love you. Let's get out of here.
Better beware. It's a jungle in there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ring, Mr. Ric Flair. I done lied on you too, a little known fact. Whenever it moves, well, it's always be flat.
Actually, see shop, but who's checking?
He even knows where the hippest knows at. And get any pretty woman in the world he wants, just like that. Woo! Who's that? Sitting over there. Woo! Sporting that big underwear. Woo! Most glorious platinum hair. All young pretenders, will you better beware? Woo!
All right. Good night, guys. Love you, love you, love you.